Hey, you're here. Welcome to the free 5-day Build Your Own App Challenge. I'm super excited because today is day one. And in day one, we're actually going to start working on building an app. You're going to be click by click following along with me. And so I want to jump right in. Now, before we get into actually building the app, I want to just explain to you how this challenge works so that you're really clear. Every single day, I'm going to give you a short video just like this one. And each day you'll watch the video and you'll follow along with each of my clicks. You'll be building the same thing that I'm building. And at the end of the challenge, you will have built your first app. Now, in this challenge, we're going to build the same app together. Everybody participating in the challenge is going to build the same app. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to build a replica of a famous app. I picked a famous app for us to build together. The app is Tinder. So I just thought that Tinder would be really fun for us to build together. It has a lot of the elements that many apps do. It has profiles. It has different social components. It has messaging, and it also has this fun swipe feature. So we're really going to get to learn about how to build all those features, how to set up the database of an app, how to design an app, and we're going to learn all of that together. Now, you might be thinking, hey, Tara, I actually have an app idea for myself. Like I have my own app idea. It's not Tinder, it's something else. And I would love to learn how to build that app idea. So I do have an opportunity for you. If you have your own app idea and you want to learn how to build that, I actually have an 8-week training program that you can do for your specific app. The reason that it's 8 weeks is because we've got to actually design your unique app idea. This challenge is 1 week because Tinder already designed the app. We're just building a replica, right? But for yours, you need a unique design. You need a unique marketing strategy. You need unique positioning. So we're going to take 8 weeks to work on your app and fully build out your app idea. If that's something that's really interesting to you, I have a program called Apps Without Code Bootcamp. Let me share my screen really quickly because there's 2 options for working with me if you are interested in working on your own app idea. So 2 options. Option number 1 is the full package. This is where I build the app for you, but I also teach you how to make your own changes, how to make your own edits. So your app building and marketing skills, you're going to learn in the full package. I'm going to build the app for you and also teach you. In the half package, I'm just going to teach you only. I'm not going to do any of the building. You do all the building. And that's app building and marketing skills as well. So those are the 2 options for working with me. And I just want you to know that because if you click the link below, and that sounds like something that's interesting to you, you can book a call to talk with my team, myself or my team, about your app idea. So I know that this week is all about Tinder and building our replica app together. And I still want you to do that so that you can learn some of the basic skills. And if you have your own app idea, there's a link below that you can click to book a phone call so we can talk about your specific app idea. It'll be really helpful as we go through this challenge to see if you want to get help with your specific app idea. Cool. Okay, so there's 2 options. There's a full package, half package right there. All right, so let's jump right into our app building challenge. If you want, hold on, I'll give you a second because I know you're clicking the link. I'll pause. I'll give you a second to fill out your application for the call. I won't go too fast. If you need to pause this video and come right back, go do that right now. Apply for your call for us to talk on the phone, and either we'll follow up with you or you'll be able to book immediately. So just take a second to do that. If you have your own app idea and you'd like help building your own app idea, and then come right back so we can finish this part of the challenge. Okay, I'm assuming you already did that or you paused the video. So let's jump into the challenge for this week. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to a website. The website is glideapps.com. I want you to go right now. So now we're going to start following along. I want you to go open up another screen or another tab. Sometimes people like to put the video right next to the screen so that they can do it back and forth. Now is work time. So you're up. I want you to go to a new tab and type in glideapps, plural, apps.com, glideapps.com. This is the software we're going to be using to create your app in this challenge, right? Okay, glideapps.com. And you can see your page should look somewhat like mine, where it says build an app from a Google Sheet in 5 minutes. And you can see examples of what the apps look like and kinds of apps you can make. And it shows you sort of what the app editor is going to look like. I'm going to walk you through all of this, but you can sort of see what you're going to experience just as you scroll down this page, all the cool stuff. Okay, So we're going to scroll back up to the top of this page, and I want you to click sign up. If you already have an account for some reason, you can log in, but for most of you, you don't. So we're signing up for the first time. So I want you to click sign up. And you're going to see a screen like this, which is prompting you to sign up. By the way, if I'm going a little bit fast, don't worry about that. You can pause the video or rewind or go back forward. You can do this at your own pace. I'm going to go sort of at a medium pace. But if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause, catch up, pause, catch up. That's totally fine. Okay, so it's asking us to sign up. Personally, I like to sign up with my Gmail account, but you can sign up a different way. For example, let's see here. Put in your email. And it's going to send you a link to get in. You also can sign in with Google. One second, I'm signing in with my Gmail account. All right, and once you're in, you should enter, and your screen probably looks like this. Now, your screen might look a little bit different because I have a bunch of apps that I've created before. Yours probably just has new app or something like that. That's okay, right? So if you don't have a bunch of different tiles on your screen like my screen, that's normal. That's because I have an account where I build a bunch of apps. Okay. All right. So did you get to this screen? Did you get logged in? You created an account? All right, good. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start a new app right here. We're going to click this button right here, new app. And we're going to give it a name. Let's say Tara's matching app. You can put whatever name you want, or Tinder app, let's say. You put whatever name of the app you want, and we can change this anytime, right? And this app, let's say this app is primarily going to be used on phone. We can change this anytime too. We're just getting it set up. So I want you to create a new app and then click the app name, put it in, and phone is fine. And then we're going to click continue down here, continue. All right. So the next thing we need to do is we need to select a source. I'm going to explain to you more about what this means in a moment, but we're going to choose this option on the right called glide tables. Glide tables right here. I'm going to click glide tables, and then we're going to click continue. And what you can see here, and I just want to just make a quick comment about this. This screen is telling you that you can like go, if you have a spreadsheet of data that you want to pull into the app, you have data from other places, you can pull information into your app. For here, we're just going to start with glide tables to be simple and move forward. So glide tables and click continue. What we just did is we set up a database for the app. What is a database? Well, let me show you in a second, but a database simply is the place where you save information about people. The database is the place that saves information about people in your app, right? Imagine that you open up an app on your phone and you create a profile in an app, right? And then you go to lunch and you come back and the app completely forgot everything you put in the profile. That would be literally a dumb app if it forgot everything that you did an hour ago, right? It has to have somewhere to save the information that you put in order for it to be a smart app, right? So the database is the place that saves the information that you put in, right? We have to have a database where we can save it. So if you look at this screen, I want to just orient you and give you a tour, okay? So up here at the very top, you see these three little icons. There's like a grid, like a table. This is our database tab. This middle one here is the phone. This is where we design the app, put all the settings. And this one here on the right is the settings gear. This is where we change the settings for the app and like the appearance and all of that. I'll show you that in a moment. So we're just right now on the center phone. I haven't clicked anything yet. And you can see that over here on the left are, I can see the different tabs that are going to be in my app. I can see, all the things that are going to go on the screen over here. So up here at the top is where the navigation for the app is going to be. And this is where I change the settings. And down here where it says screen, I can see like what's actually on each screen. I'll show you how to edit that and change that in a moment, but that's what's on this side. And then on the right side are more detailed settings. So sometimes if I click something over here, I can change the settings on the right. If I click over here on the left, I can change the settings on the right. So if I click on something on the left, more details about it will show up on the right. Click on the left, more details on the right. Click on the left, more details on the right. That's how it works, okay? So this is the middle screen, that phone icon, right? Where you can see how the app is working. You can see the preview of the app in the middle. We haven't done anything in the app yet, so there's nothing there, right? But we will. Okay, and if we click on this tab right here, the one that looks like a grid, click on that right now. So when we click on this, we can see our database. Now, remember what I said about the database. The database is the place that saves things about your users and about your customers. If they type something in, we have to have a place to save it. Otherwise, the app's going to be dumb and be like, sorry, can you type it in again? And that would be annoying, right? So you can see that there's two different areas of the database. We call them tables. There's users and there's things. We're going to add more to this and make it all fancy, because you can set up your own database structure. But you can see users here. Now, if you, for some reason, don't have these things in here, name, email, photo, that's okay. I believe that if you don't sign up with your Gmail, you may not have those things in place. That's okay. We're going to set them up for you. But we have a place to save users and a place to save other things in the app, and we can add more. But this is the place. All you need to know now is that this grid tab is the place that saves information about your users. The middle tab is where you design the app, right? So now I want you to click on this third little gear icon right here up top. This is your settings. And here you can change appearance, you can change the name of the app and the info, you can change privacy, all kinds of stuff. We're gonna come back here and have a full section of this class dedicated to the settings. But right now, I actually want to jump in to start working on and building the app. So we're going to go back to the center phone icon in the middle. Come back here, right? So thus far, you've created an account, and I just have given you a tour. We haven't really done anything yet, but we created an account, and I'm giving you a tour of where everything is, just so you're not confused, all right? So the first thing that we want to do, and today's focus is going to be on creating a profile. A user profile in the app, okay? Because the first thing people are gonna do when they jump into our Tinder app is they're gonna make their own profile, all right? So if we want people to create their own profile, the very first thing we have to think about is what? Pop quiz. We have to have a place to save the information that they typed into the profile. If we don't have a place to save their information, it's gonna be a dumb app. So that's the first thing we have to do. So if we want people to save things about their profile, like their name and their photo and their bio and what gender they're looking for, where do we go? Pop quiz again. Where do you think I should click? Yeah, I'm gonna click up here at the top to the database. Whenever you want to make a change to the app, the first thing you have to think about is there a place for this information to be saved? So let's go over to the database. And we're going to specifically over here on the left side under tables, you want to click on users. You want to click on users. Okay. So my screen already has name, email, and photo. If you don't have all three of those, I'll show you in a moment how to add more. But let's think about what else do we need for the profile? What else do people need to type in? Maybe like a bio, right? A bio about themselves. So to add some more of things that people can save, we're going to click this plus sign on the right side of the screen, this plus sign. So click this plus sign. Even if you don't have name, email, and photo, you can still click this plus sign. And it's going to create a new column, because the way that this works is people's information gets saved on a row. For example, you can see my name is on a row. And then if a new person signed up, John Doe, they would be another row. And Sally Mae would be another row. So everybody's information gets saved on each row, one person per row. And all of the columns are all the different things that we're saving about them, right? So we want to add a new column, and we're going to call this bio. So change the label to be bio. And the column type, you can see there's like a whole list of different types of columns. We want this to just be a basic column, and it's actually already set that way probably. We just want this to be text. This is normal, just type in text, okay? So you can type in text here. And then we're gonna click done. And you can see that there's a new column now for bio. And I actually can, from the database, type in a bio for myself. Hi, my name is Tara. Great to meet you, or whatever you want to write. And it's going to save here for my row, right? So we have a place for name, email, photo, and bio. Anything else we might want to add? What about gender? Gender and like what gender you're looking for example. So over here, we're gonna just add another column. We wanna save something else about the customer, we just add another column. So we're gonna click this plus sign right here again. And let's put in gender. Again, this is just gonna be text, and click done. And we also want to save another, which is like looking for, what they're looking for. So we're gonna click the plus sign again. Type in looking for, text is just fine. And we're done. Right? So we're just adding a column for all the things we want to save. We just add a column to the user database, right? Now, what about those of you who don't have, for some reason, if you don't have name, email, and photo, I want to show you what to do. So if you don't have those, I'm going to recreate those columns just to show you what to do here. So for name, if you don't have name as one of the columns, right? And if you scroll all the way to the left, if you don't have name there, you can click this plus sign and type in name, and it's going to be text, and then click done. If I'm going to click cancel because I already have mine, but if you don't have name, then click done, and then you'll have a column for it. Also, if you don't have email, you're going to click the plus sign here, and you're going to type in email. But for column type, for email, we need to go basic column, email. So there's different types of data that people can type in. Most of our data that we have is just text, but email and photo are special. Photo is not a text, it's an actual photo. Email is not just any kind of text, it's an actual email because we're going to be using it in different ways. It has their unique ID as their email. So for email, you would type in the label as email and the column type is email. Now I'm not going to add this. I'm not going to click done because I already have email, but if you don't, then add it. And then I'm going to click cancel. If you don't have photo, you're going to click the plus sign and you're going to put photo. And the column type, you're going to go into basic column and image, right? And then click done. So you would click done if you didn't have this. If you do, then you don't need to do this, right? So we should have, let me see, how many columns do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 columns. Do you have 6 columns? If not, go rewind, make sure that you're following. You have 6 columns: name, photo, email, bio, gender, looking for. Of course, we can add more, but like these are the basics that we need. Okay. All right. So let's go and let's do a couple things. No, I take that back. Let's now format it into the app. So now that we have a place to save the information, let's go now design the app. So we're going to click on this center phone icon, and we're going to be back here at the app design screen. Okay. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is over here on the right, we're going to call this screen something. We're going to call the screen something, and we're going to call it, instead of things, we're going to label it profile. That's going to be the name of this area, profile. And you can see that up top, the name changed. And we're also going to change where the source of the information is. That's the database. So it's asking, hey, where do you want me to get information from the profile? And you're like, hey, there's a tab in the spreadsheet in the database called users. Go use that. This is a user profile. That's what it is. So this is about users. So the source from the database is going to be users. Right? And your screen's going to start changing. That's good. Right? And then the style of the screen is down here. And for the style of the profile screen, we're going to choose the very last option. It's called details, the details screen. All right. So we've got the label. We changed the label to be profile. The source is users because these are user profiles, right? They're not other kind of profiles. They're user profiles. It's not store profiles. Like if it were Yelp or something, you got a bunch of stores. And then the style of the page is going to be details style, right? You can see here, there's all different kinds of styles of pages. You can do maps and calendars and swipes. We're going to use swipes later, but not for the profile. So this is just details. Cool. Okay. Now I want you to go over to see up here. There's like different tabs for this page, general, options, and edit form. I want you to click on edit form. And I want you to click this checkbox that says allow users to edit. We want people to be able to edit their own profile, all right? So we're gonna click allow users to edit. And when you click that, notice that there's a little pencil icon that shows up here in the top right-hand corner. You can unclick it and re-click it, unclick it and re-click it, and see that pencil shows up. We want the pencil to be showing. So you want the checkbox to be checked and the pencil is showing. Got that? So just to recap, we went over to the edit form tab and we allowed users to edit. We're going to work on that edit form in one moment, but I want to do one more thing, which is we don't want to show, imagine this, imagine that you log into an app and it's like create a profile, but instead of showing you your profile, it shows you Sally's profile in the place that's supposed to be your profile. What? That would be so weird. You log in and you're like trying to look at your own profile and you see another person's profile. No. It's supposed to be only you can see your own profile and edit your own profile, right? That'd be weird if you could edit somebody else's profile. So to do that, we're going to go to the options section. We're going to set the settings for this. So you go to options. And we're going to see a filter down here. Do you see this filter? Limit the items that are displayed, like limit what's displayed here for the filter. So we're going to add a filter. We're going to click this purple plus sign to add a filter. It's going to give me a pop-up. Just say, okay, we understand. And we're going to filter so that it only shows when email is the signed in user. Now this is like app speak. I'm going to explain what this means, but it should be email is signed in user. And then you can click away and it's going to show you your filter. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, if you have 5 different users in your app, you only want the person who is signed in to see their own profile. So essentially what it's going to do is it's going to look and see what email did they sign in with. That's their profile. Only show them their profile. Filter it so that they only see the row where the email is the same email as the user sign in, that they're signed in with. That's what this means. So you can start to see that we're starting to tell the app what to do with logic, right? Only show in the profile section, if they can edit their profile, we only want them to see the row of data that's their own. Don't show them a random other person's profile as their profile. No, that's weird. Right? Okay, so email is signed in user. Got it? Okay, so what we're gonna do next is, remember we put this pencil sign up here? We put the pencil to make edits to it. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to allow the person to make changes to their profile. So what I want you to do is click this pencil right here. Click this pencil. And you'll see that there's a place where someone can type stuff in, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to make changes to this screen so that they can add any of their information, right? They can add anything. So over here on the left, you can see what's on the screen. For example, there's text entry. And if I click on that, that's like the name where they can add stuff. And then there's a bunch of other stuff down here. I'm going to get rid of this. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of description. If you hover over it, see there's an X and date and time. If there's other stuff in here, you can get rid of it. We just want to click the name, to keep the name text entry. All right, so what I've done thus far is I clicked on the pencil and I arrived at this screen. Now this is the edit form where they can make changes to their profile. And there was a bunch of stuff. Sometimes Glide tries to guess what you might need and it doesn't get it right. So it put a bunch of extra stuff in there. I got rid of everything except for the name text entry. I do want them to be able to type in their name, right? Now, what else do I want them to be able to change, right? All that stuff that we put in the database, we want them to be able to directly type that stuff into the app, right? Their name, their photo, their bio, all that stuff, right? So we're gonna click the plus sign here. And we're going to, you can see there's all kinds of stuff that you can add to the app. You can add images and favorites and likes and ratings and dates and all kinds of stuff. We don't need a lot of this stuff right now, but I am showing you the breadth of what this software can do. There's all kinds of stuff you can add into the app, videos and buy buttons and e-commerce and all kinds of fancy stuff, right? Right now, we need a text entry. They need to type their bio in, right? So we're gonna click text entry here. And it's probably gonna guess what you want it to be. But if not, over here, we need to say what kind of information this is, right? So if yours automatically put in bio, that's good. If not, we're going to say, you see where it says column, data column? What it's asking is, hey, when someone types in something in here, where do you want me to save it in the database? Apps are dumb. It really does not know, right? It doesn't always know. So it's like, hey, when someone types in their bio, where do you want me to save it? And you're like, oh, duh, I created that database and there's a column called bio. I want you to save the information that they type for their bio into that column that's called bio, right? You have to tell the app what to do. So you have to say, hey, what column, the app's like, what column do you want me to save it to? And you're like, duh, the bio column, right? And the title is bio, that's just fine. Okay, so we also, what else do we want them to put in? We want them to put in a photo too, right? So we're gonna click this plus sign over here. And we're going to find, let's see, image picker. Image picker is what we're looking for here, image picker. Click that. And it's asking, hey, where do you want me to save the image that they put in here? And you're like, duh, I want you to save it in the database in that column I created called photo, right? You're telling the app how to save things right here in that the column I created called photo. It may already have done this for you, but we're just gonna set it anyway. And the title is photo. Let's make this required too. You have to have a photo. Okay, and what else do we have? We had name, photo. We don't need to do email because they're already signed in with their email. And we had what they're looking for, right? Gender, whatever that might be. Now, here's the thing about what they're looking for, right? You want to give them probably multiple choice. And the reason you want to give them multiple choice, like a drop down of multiple choice options, is because people will type all sorts of things in there that may not be proper for how you're going to match people, right? So if you want to match based on what they're looking for example, then it may be difficult to, if they put in frog, for what they're looking for, that's not how you built your app. So you may want to give them multiple choice so people don't put something in that's not fitting for your app. You want to give them options. So I think that for gender and looking for, we want to give people multiple choice options for them to pick, right? So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in multiple choice options, but I'm going to just pause here. I'm going to pause here for today because multiple choice options get a little tricky. And so we're going to do the multiple choice questions, those drop down menu questions. We're going to save those for tomorrow. Again, I told you I was going to give you bite-sized pieces of things to do each day. But thus far, you've created a form where people can make changes to their profile. So if we have set this up properly, and I know we haven't finished everything in the bio, we've done like half of the bio thus far, or profile thus far. But if we've done it correctly, we should be able to make changes here that show up in the database. So if we make a change, I change my name to a different name or change my photo, it should change in the database, right? So let's see if we've done this correctly. Now it's the test. This is the final test for today to see if we've done this properly. So I'm just gonna click done here and we're gonna see how this works. So here's my profile, right? I'm gonna click the edit button to make a change. Hey, I wanna change my name to something else, right? So I click edit and I'm gonna change my name. I don't wanna show my last name. I just wanna show my first name. And I wanna change my bio to, hi, what's up? And I wanna change my photo to something else too. Let me see. I wanna change my photo here too, right? So I wanna make all of these changes, changed everything. And now I'm gonna hit done. Now, if I've done it properly, when I hit done, it's gonna also save the new things I typed in into the database, right? Let's see, pop quiz. All right, let's hit done. And, oh, looking pretty good. Looks like it saved it. Let's go look in the database to check. I'm gonna go to my database and look, it used to have my full name. Now it just has my first name right here. It has my new photo and my new bio. So look, I made a change in the app and it's saved in the database. Let's do that again. Let's just make sure that was right. Let's go back. Go back to this phone icon right here. And let's edit the profile again. We're just testing it out to make sure that we did it properly thus far. So we're gonna click this pencil. And I'm gonna put my last name back. I'll put my middle initial in here too. And keep the bio the same, photo the same. Let's just change the name. Right? Let's see if what we've done thus far is working. So we're gonna click done. And let's go to the database over here to see. Look, it put my middle initial in and put my last name back. So what you've done thus far, if you set up a simple profile, we're gonna make some more changes to the profile tomorrow, but you set up a simple profile where you can click edit and make changes to it. People can type in and make changes to their profile. And when they make those changes, it saves. The smart app, it's not dumb, just like not saving it, it saves. And this is an important structure of how you make a change in the app and it saves in the database. Okay, we're gonna pause for today. We're gonna do more fancy stuff. I told you bite-sized lesson every single day, but today you're starting to get a sense of how databases work and how profiles work and how they work together. So if this is sparking some cool ideas for you and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome, I totally think that I could build my own app idea, I would love for as your homework assignment after you've done this video, click the link below if you'd like to talk about building your app idea, your unique idea, marketing for your unique idea. I have an 8-week program where either I'll build the app for you and teach you how to make your own changes, or you'll build it yourself. Either way, you can click the link below and we can talk about that on the phone. Okay. Super excited to see you tomorrow for day 2. We're going to spruce up our profile, and then we're also going to move on to spruce up the design of the app. And then later on this week, we're going to get our swiping together. We're going to do all of that step by step. My only ask is, please, in between days, do not go make your own edits in the app. I just don't want you to change something that's going to be critical for the next day. Like we've been setting it up. And we're going to build upon it every day. So don't make a bunch of changes. If you want to play around with the software, make a new app to play along with the software. And then we're going to save this app for the building along lessons that we're doing. Cool. All right. I will see you on the other side of that button below. Have a good one. I'll see you in day 2.